All right, so this is just going to be a short little live. You can obviously see it's nighttime, so it's pretty dark out right now. So this person said, Black American women are the bottom of the barrel, the most loudest, obnoxious, dumb, vulgar, rebellious, chaotic, thottery, lazy, vindictive, mannerless, godless, entitled, ruthless, useless group of Jezebels. Sadly, these are the role models of African women. Slowly but surely, African women are becoming like that. Gotta feel pity for the black men all over the world. Now, one of the main things that I've stated before is that everybody is not meant for a conversation. Everybody is not supposed to be directly in the conversation, especially when it pertains to Black American people. Whatever you basically call yourself, if you've been here on generationally, right, in America long enough, right? So this is a conversation that should be taking place in between Black men and Black women, right? Who are born, who are raised, who have generationally, right, been here in America. If you are African, if you are from anywhere else, at no point in time whatsoever should you open your mouth to speak or to have an opinion on a conversation about a group of people or a group of women that you have no history of, that you have never walked with, that you have never been around, that you have never lived with, that have never brought you into this plane of existence, that have never raised you, that never walked you to school, right? That never picked you up. You lack the fundamentals. Let me repeat myself again. You lack the fundamentals. Pronunciations all to the side, don't matter. You don't have the knowledge base in order to carry or to even have or to even theorize on a group of women who you are not amongst or a part of, even if you've lived here, you haven't been here. That's like me deciding that I want to automatically start talking about Nigerian women. Would that make any type of sense? No, it would not. That would be like me wanting to talk about women from Ghana or women from South Africa or Zambia or any of the other places there. How would I, as a Black American man that have never had any interactions, was never near, raised around, none of those women brought me into this existence, what would it look like with me deciding to say anything negative about those women? It wouldn't make sense. The main thing that should take place is that if you are a man, lineage wise, from Africa, and you are here in America, and you know that even if you are here in America, your home is still an African home because you still speak the language, you still have the culture, you still have everything that is of your people just in a household that's in America. Speak on your women. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Just speak directly on your women and the women that you know. A Nigerian woman raised you, talk about those Nigerian women because you know more about them by way of the person who raised and brought you directly into this world, the person that is in your life that talks to you every single day, the person that sat up there and fed you, breastfed you, or what have you, right? Now, again, if Black men in America want to sit up there and have a conversation, if Black women in America want to have a conversation about how each other is, how it is that we have issues between one another, that's cool. That's a conversation that we can sit up there and have. We can easily do that. Anybody else, this is not your conversation. Stay in your place. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, stay directly in your place and know where you belong. That's it. That's it. Because far too long, I've seen comments like this online, and I have seen African men leaving these comments talking directly about Black American women. Like I said, I can have my disagreements. You guys have seen my disagreements directly on my channel. Um, but at the end of the day, Black American women are the women, right? They're part of the group that raised us. And I'm talking about for Black American men. We got history here, right? We've all gone through a variety of things. So no matter what basically takes place at the end of the day, no matter what disagreements we may have, or how we may see eye to eye, or we're just walking through the middle, at the end of the day, Black American men, Black American women need to be backing each other up when it comes to stuff like this that takes place online, where you got people who ain't even American coming through and wanted to sit up there and talk sideways. I got another comment from another woman that wanted to sit up there and say something about a Black American relationship, and she wanted to try to generalize. But then to find out when I looked on her page, I'm like, ain't that interesting? You're talking about a Black American couple, but yet you're Nigerian. What do you even know about any of this at all? Like, this is not even of your culture, but yet you're speaking directly on it as if it is. Like I said, I need people to specifically stay where it is that they are. Everybody has a place. I need people to stay directly in that square and stop trying to like move out and think that they can do this and do that. And nah, nah, nah. Just stay exactly where you are. Because case in point, if we're gonna sit up there and go that far, right? Because this is an African man. I went through like his website and everything that he has. Like I said, I can agree and disagree with a lot of people. This I 100% disagree with. Even though, again, I've done videos, I've shown off a variety of things. If you again are not a Black American man, this is not for you to even talk about, to try to touch, because it has nothing to do with your culture. Anything that Black American men talk about that we might have problems with, it impacts us. It impacts our children. It impacts our little girls. It impacts other young women directly out there, right? So it's impacting our culture. You're a man from another place. You don't got no dog in this race. At the end of the day, you still got to worry about the Europeans. You still got to worry about the Russians. You still got to worry about the Chinese coming directly over into Africa, buying up and taking up land. You still got to worry about your African government deciding to sit up there and potentially sell you out. Well, I'm sorry, not government as in meaning one. I mean governments. So let me just put the plural on there so people can understand what it is that I'm stating. And these are things that have been happening for a very long time. But yet, for those important issues, you don't want to pipe up. You don't want to talk about that stuff. You don't want to name any of that stuff. But yet, you got all of the energy to talk about Black American women and how it is that Black American women are impacting the African women directly over in Africa. But yet, you should just be focused on African women. Whatever traditions, whatever culture you guys have, you should be focused on telling those women to specifically remain, in that culture, in that area, in that light that you want them to be. Even though you're saying this, right? You're supposedly worried about these African women, but yet, are you trying to marry all of them? Just just wondering, just trying to figure out, right? But again, the main thing that I've grown tired of is seeing these conversations and seeing these type of posts on social media by people that aren't even Black American. I've watched a lot of podcasts, A lot of podcasts. And before, let me just let y'all know. Before it was like my mind, my mentality. I'm like, yo, somebody that looks like me and whatnot. I'm like, all right, that's a black man. All right, let me listen to what it is that you're saying, right? And we're listening to them talk about women, right? Just listening to them. And then it's like, all right, you can hear some stuff and whatnot or whatever. It's like agree, disagree, all that good stuff, right? But then you sit up there and find out that the person that's talking about black women and the way that he's talking about black women, the guy is African. So now it's like I have to go back and think about all of the many faces that I've seen in podcasts and the things that I've sat up there and listened to. And now it's like, all right, I got to go back and question everything. Because am I listening to a black American man talking from the place of being raised here in America by a black woman or black women, having sisters, having aunts, having a grandmother, having relationships with black America, like that whole cultural thing? Or am I listening to an African dude who just in a sense got here that really has no history here, and yet he wants to voice his opinion on black American women? That's not what it's coming down to. Because as I stated to people before, you have a lot of people that emulate. Sorry, I got to reposition myself. You got a lot of people that emulate black American culture, that emulate black American men more specifically. Now, I've seen this in other countries when it deals with women of those countries. And I can see the emulation of the black American women when it comes to the hair, when it comes to the dressing, when it comes to the makeup, when it comes to if they're doing art and rap and stuff like that. I can see that, right? But those aren't the ones that I have a problem with. I have a problem with the African men that are masquerading as black American men, and then they want to say all of these things about black American women. And then after they start getting big, they start getting noticed, they start getting famous, then they switch up. Now they want to start waving their flag. It's like, oh yeah, this is we in here, this is where we from, da 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 da, all this other type of stuff. I'm like, that's crazy. You're a guest. At the end of the day, all of y'all are guests. It don't matter where it is. Respectfully, disrespectfully, all of y'all are guests. All of y'all are guests. Never in my life would I sit up there and go to anybody else's country, decide to get famous and all this other type of stuff, and disrespect their women. First of all, that wouldn't even be acceptable. Let me sit up there, be a black man, and go to another country and get famous and start talking disrespectfully about somebody else's women. People going to be seeing me at the door. People are going to be seeing me at the door. Even if I go to Africa and I were to get famous there, have a podcast or whatever it is, the guys there are going to sit up there like, oh, hey, right? It's going to be that type of thing. But because in America, we're so ecstatic to have people from other places to be a part of us, to want to dive into our culture and everything like that, we'll just accept anything and allow anything to sit up there and happen and take place. And that just should not be the case. Black men shouldn't sit up there and allow it. Black women should not allow it either. But yet, this is what is happening. But yet, this is what we see on a lot of these podcasts where you have these people who are not even for us, who are not even by us, deciding that they wanted to speak on us. That's clear cut telling black people in America the lack of respect that other people from other places have for you. But yet we're not hearing it. We're not listening. We see this all the time on Twitter. We see it all the time on IG. We see it all the time on YouTube videos or shorts, on TikToks. But yet we're not paying attention. But yet we're not hearing it. And black people always wonder why it is that we're so disrespected, why nobody actually values us. And it's because we don't value ourselves at the end of the day. Like I said, we can have all of the infighting, which is completely cool, right? We're going to have arguments and conversations in order to solve the problem. Not an issue. Not an issue. But when it comes down to the fact of others directly out here wanting to speak on either black men or black women, the black family, black kids, y'all better make sure that they are black. You better make sure that they are black American. And again, to a lot of the other people that are directly out here that's going to sit up there and state that, oh, um, black is this word and that word. And like I said, I didn't explain and went through the definitions, went through brandings and talked about this for like many years. I don't need nobody to sit up there and tell me. Again, I'm going to meet people exactly where they are. I'm not about to try to correct people 99 different times and you know be talking to a brick wall. I'm not about to do it. Y'all know what I'm saying. Again, if you are for home, then you need to stand up for home, good or bad. You need to sit up there and stand up for home because at the end of the day, if you're not going to stand up for home, ain't nobody else going to stand up for it either. That just means that if anybody else basically sees it, they're going to sit up there and just come through and disrespect. And then to also put another thing directly out here, you got this video right here, right? So this took place in Africa, right? Lagos government demolishes 13 houses, right? And this is what they stated. The houses were demolished by Lagos State Building Control Agency, or the LSBCA, and the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, or FAAN. Politic Nigeria reports that the general manager of the LASBCA said most of the property owners close to the airport lacked the necessary building permits from relevant agencies. According to him, 4 different demolition notices have been served to the occupants of the houses in the affected areas. He stated, quote, "We have realized that property owners in well, I'm just not going to try to pronounce it because I might butcher it. In the estate of Shasha, close to the MMA, lack necessary building approval, which is a basic requirement. They also lack planning permits. Secondly, they are building on a pipeline, and this could cause fire incidents. We have served 4 notices to the occupants of these homes for them to come up with what they have. Some of them came to the approval, but we found out that there were fake approvals. Some came with different documents. After that, we served them the necessary permits to move on. All of these property owners have been served by FAAN since 2016, and LASBCA gave the residents more than 2 months to relocate. Unfortunately, some of them even went ahead to cover the demolition marks on the house with paint. Today, we will embark on the demolition of 13 homes," right? So that's what was stated, right? The government said that, hey, your homes are, in a sense, illegal. They're not even supposed to be here. It's built directly on a pipeline, right? And that was also stated by the people that oversee the airport and everything like that. So again, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the fact that you have things like this going on over there, but yet you have African people wanting to speak on Black American issues, but not wanting to pipe up and speak on the issues and the problems that they face over there in their countries, in their areas. That's a little bit weird to me. It's weird to me to have people, again, having all of this energy online when it deals with Black American people. You want to, oh, you guys don't have any culture, you guys are this, you guys are that. But yet we're not having to worry about an issue of, at this point in time, as of today, somebody coming through and just demolishing our blocks, demolishing our homes, just automatically just up and doing this. Because in this video, the woman is just sitting there crying. She's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe, oh Jesus, Jesus help us. I can't believe what's happening. Right. She was sitting up there, right? She was losing her mind. And I'm like, in a sense, I get it, I understand it, right? Your home is being torn down, right? It's a home that you lived in, you probably raised your kids, everything like that. But again, why aren't a lot of the people in this area bringing up awareness about this issue? But yet again, I keep continuously seeing people talk about repping, wherever they're from, saying how great it is, but yet you're doing that while not being in that place, in that area. You're doing that while you're living in the luxury of America, the luxury of which Black Americans sacrificed, fought, bled, had to go through a lot of pain, had to go through a lot of chaos, had to go through a lot of history in order for you to be able to say, yeah, this is we in here, this is where we're from. And because y'all wasn't doing this back in the 60s. Y'all wasn't doing this in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Y'all wasn't doing this in the 50s and the 40s, the 30s and the 20s. Y'all wasn't doing this in the 1800s. Oh, we in here 1800s. Yeah, we in here. This is where we from. Y'all wasn't doing this. But like I said before, y'all got a lot of problems that y'all face back home. But yet, again, you don't want to talk about back home because you ran. You went somewhere that it was safer. You went somewhere that you knew that you could raise your kids, have a family, you could live comfortably, you can make lots of money. And then maybe, you might go back and you might share that, with your family because the money will stretch longer over there. You can live like a king. You can do, a lot of the stuff that your family wasn't initially able to do. But again, these are luxuries that were fought for. They weren't given, they were fought for. Doors had to be kicked, like literally. Just like how they're bulldozing this house, that's what Black people had to do in America in order to get to the point of where they are at this moment in time. There was a lot of bloodshed, a lot of sacrifices. So again, this is why I try to sit up there and tell Black people, like, regardless of however we feel about each other, when it deals with Black American men, Black American women, there needs to come to a time that you put that directly to the side, and you need to start sitting up there checking everybody that's directly out here, because there's a lot of people out here that is unchecked, and they talking reckless while being here, while speaking on our issues, while speaking on our people. And let me tell you, none of these people that are from these African areas, these African countries, they would never sit up there and allow you to sit up online to just have a podcast or to just have an opinion about their people or their culture. They will come in droves, some of them speaking English, some of them doing the bilingual thing where they're speaking English and they're speaking in their language as well, or some of them just coming there speaking in their language. And they will come through that post, come through that page, and start checking you all up and down. But for whatever reason, again, Black people in America don't have that exact same energy that everybody else always has for us. And that's crazy. That's 1,000% crazy. Like I said, at the end of the day, just like Grape Shot stated, Black Americans, we stay and we fight the same way that we've always sat up there and done. No matter if we won or lost, no matter what the highest amount of casualties that we've had, we stay and fight. And that's what we've been sitting up there doing. We'll fight for our grandparents' house. We'll fight for the land that is directly there. We will sit up there and fight to sit up there and try to change the history and buy or acquire land that might have originally been plantation land so that we can make a full circle, so that we can try to make stuff right for the people that sacrificed in order for us to be here. Because every single time that I see somebody who looks like me, that's from a different area around the world, I'm like, oh, you ran. You ran from your problems. You ran from your situation. You left people behind. Your family ain't even here with you. You a runner, you a track star. It's crazy. And then want to turn around and try to state that black people don't fight for nothing. All the fighting that we did allowed you to be here. Because without black Americans being here, making the sacrifices, taking all of those casualties, having to deal with the justice system, deal with the legalese, deal with the brandings, dealing with being stripped of everything. Without us going through that and doing that, there would be no you. There would be no you. Because it's amazing to me, again, it's amazing to me to look online and for people, and again, I'm just generalizing, right? Because you have people from different areas who will allow their opinions to be known directly online about how they feel about black Americans. And I'm like, I sit up there and look, and then I'm listening to the music. And I'm like, everything that you're doing is black American. Because I'm like, this ain't nothing that y'all was naturally doing. Dealing with like rap and hip hop. That y'all was y'all doing that back in like the 70s, 80s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s? Like what was y'all really, you know, was y'all really? Because when I think and when I look at stuff, and I don't want people to get caught up on the specifics, I'm not sitting up there saying that, oh, are you trying to say that hip hop is all the way? No, there are different things that attribute it to what hip hop basically is, and that stems from previous years, previous decades, which built directly up and then birthed hip hop later on, right? But anyway, um, everything that you're doing, Black Americans have been doing, or Black Americans have invented and made popular. I'm looking at people like just the basics. I'm not even gonna go into like the rapping and the lyrics. I'm like, oh, you showing off cars. I'm like, that's what Black Americans been sitting up there doing. Oh, you sitting up there dressing in Louis, Gucci, and all, and that's all. And that's another thing too. What is up now? This is my thing. You're proud about being directly from your African country, no problem with that. So why don't you automatically wear the African designers that are there and make them pop and make them popular? Why not do that? Why still sit up there and deal with the Europeans, the same ones who sat up there and been like going through wrecking up shops, stealing land directly from your people? Like I said, y'all got a history out there in a lot of these areas. Y'all got history, but yet they're stealing money directly from the continent. And I'm saying as a whole, they're stealing money from the continent, and yet you're willfully giving money directly over to them, the same people that's still stealing from you to this day. Make it make sense, because I'm a little bit baffled. I'm a little bit confused. It's it I don't get it, because remember, people in Africa have a culture, right? They have traditions, right? They have an understanding of who they are, where they came from. They have a tribe, right? They can all link themselves back to, many different areas and stuff, right? The same thing that they say that black people can't sit up there and do, right? So I'm like, if you can do all of that, then why would you still give your money over to Europeans? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Why would you still give your money over to Europeans, right? Maybe it's just a crazy thought. Maybe it just doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm just all over the place, right? But like I said before, I just need people to the energy that people in a sense have. I need people to have that energy when it deals with the stuff that their people are going through, what it is that their people are facing, when it deals with specifically their kids, when it's specifically dealing with their women, their men, their elders, their communities. That's that's all I need. Oh, Gracia, I said, I remember K-pop. No, 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 I know about K-pop. No, 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 trust me, trust me, trust me. It is, like I said, in order for a lot of people to have music and for it to be all over the place, they have to take it from somewhere. They have to get it from somewhere. Because everybody, if you go back far enough and you listen to the music that people would naturally create, take the black sound directly out of it. Take out hip hop, take out rap, take out anything that's in a sense associated with black Americans. Take all of that out and listen to their natural music. Everybody wouldn't be rocking that music. Everybody wouldn't be trying to make that music popular. There would be no fan bases. Like I said before, look at previous African music, and was it moving? Were people all over the world trying to sit up there and listen to it, vibe into it, jam into it like that? Now, put the Black American sound directly into it. Add the aesthetics, such as the hairstyles, such as the dress, such as the grills, the chains, the clothes, the cars, the girls, right? Add in the beats, right? Add in that flavor, add in that flair. Now, are people rocking with it? Are people sitting up there listening to it? Are people playing it in their cars? Do you hear it directly on a radio station? Is it up there in the top 100? Is it directly in a multitude of Spotify lists? Do you hear it getting played in the background of TikTok videos and IG videos? Do you hear people talking about it on YouTube? Yes, 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 and yes. But again, people want to sit up there and state that Black Americans don't have a type of culture. That's crazy to me. Because when I look at the world, I'm looking at Black culture directly out there. I'm talking about what we sat out there and created. I'm not talking about all these conversations where people are talking about, oh, we had a hand in hip hop. We did this with rap. We were intricate. I ain't talking about, like I said, all of these people want to pipe up now because stuff is hot. People want their 15 minutes and all this other type of stuff. But none of these people was talking all of this back in the 90s. Where was all of these people at that was talking about, hey, we had a hand in hip hop, we was doing this, we was doing that, that. Where were y'all at in the 90s? When you had gangster rap, when you had people like literally every day dying over this, where were y'all at? Nobody was trying to say that they had a hand in it. Nobody was trying to say that it was a part of their culture, that their people sat up there and made this. They weren't trying to sit up there and take the heat on that. But now, when it's completely fine and it's cool and it's all this other type of stuff, everybody want to now start talking about, oh yeah, I did this, I did that. Again, it stems from the fact that Black people, that Black Americans, are not out here specifically checking people and checking these groups who are specifically stating that they had a part in X, Y, and Z. Live and Direct says, Seji, you should start touring and collaborating. Your message should be heard to the masses. I mean, that's a dope thought. That's a very dope thought. Um, I leave the touring and stuff like that to the utmost knowledgeable people that's been doing this for way longer than me. Maybe at a point in time where I feel that I've actually amassed enough. Um, and I can actually contribute more to conversations, then I'll sit up there and do it. Like I said, I'm not trying to be on like a panel or amongst a group of people, and I'm just sitting there with like basically a mic, and you got all of these people that are like experts in like in certain things, and they can talk hours and hours and hours, and I'm just like I'm listening. Like I said, nah, you know. So I'll wait. I'll wait for that. Like I said, I got more than enough time. I got more than enough time. Like I said, I'm buying books, every single day. So, I get to that point where I'm like, all right, start rolling up, doing some panels, different things of that nature. Like I said, I think it'll be cool. I think that will be a very awesome and a great thing to do. But again, if I happen to show up anywhere, I want to be able to actually contribute. I don't just want to be able to say that I was there, that I was on the stage, and and stuff. I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do it. Like I said, I've watched a lot of great people on stage. Who is it? Hopefully I pronounced the name right. Sister Vicky Dillon. I've listened to her content for quite some time. Um, I've also, seen, well, not, physically seen her talk, but, able to, actually, see her in the whole like presentation and everything. And I'm like, that's dope. I'm like, that's knowledge right there, right? Somebody who is good, at that field, somebody who has that understanding, that, that knowledge base, and, they can talk for, hours and stuff like that. So, like I said, when I amass the amount of knowledge that I need, I do it. I won't have any problem doing it. But up until then, uh, I just sit up there, do my live streams. Just do the live streams. Um, Yo, Zaire, what is up? What is up? What is up, man? What's up? What's going on? How is it? Ben also just trying to do game development, also still trying to invest, but I ain't got no help to do so, and I don't think my family is gonna help me. This is the thing. I tell you like this, and you probably heard me say this a multitude of times. When it came to me doing YouTube, I didn't have people automatically supporting me. The main 100% person that supported me in doing YouTube was my mom. She was the main one that was like, all right, well, if this is what you want to sit up there and do, all right, do it. Right? No matter what I wanted to do in life, my mom has always been there. She has always been the utmost supportive and just there. Right? I'm not saying like she's just automatic like, go out there and do it. She's like that light hand on your back letting you know like it's all right. Go do it. Right? So that's in a sense, part of the reason why I'm here. Like, you're not going to always have people to support you. Trust me. I didn't I didn't have my family sit up there and support me. And I'm talking about like main family, people that I grew up with and stuff like that. And I know that they know that I do YouTube. Trust me, because I sent stuff I gave notifications and everything. So it's impossible for anybody to sit up there and tell me that they didn't sit up there and know. So, you're going to have people that's not going to sit up there and support you. You're going to have family and friends that's not going to sit up there and support you as well. Like I said, when I had posted stuff and I was letting people know, like, hey, and this was before anything got to like anything, I had people just like some people deleted me off of their friends list and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, word, that's what we're doing. It's like because I'm trying to like do something like different and you ain't trying to. I'm like, all right, no problem, that's cool. You know, like I said, it comes with the course. But I will tell you that if you're not getting support, you're more than likely going in the right direction. That means that you are bound, and that means that you are meant for greatness, and that you don't sit up there and stop what it is that you're doing because of the lack of support or the lack of love from other people. You don't. Trust me. I am 1,000% demonetized on this platform. YouTube is still making money directly off of me as I do live streams, as I do videos, and you got to try to like figure out stuff. Like I said, you're not going to have the support that you need or that you want. You just got to try to make some stuff work, make some stuff happen. So, like I said, you're talking to a person that has always tried to, give support, always tried to show support, Always tried to tell people to go out there and support others, and and different things of that nature. And hey, but if this is something that you really want to sit up there and do it. Because at the end of the day, realistically, the only person that's really going to support you in the dreams and aspirations that you have is you. You're going to be the one to wake up every single day doing this. You're going to be the one eating and sleeping, thinking about doing this. You're going to be the one, spending money and traveling. What's going to happen is that when you start getting big, when stuff really starts get moving, and you're focused directly on your purpose, this is when a lot of those people are going to show up. All of the people that didn't support you, all of the people that didn't believe in you, this is when those people are going to come through and be like, oh man, I know you was gonna, I knew you from way back. I saw this and all this, and then oh, this is, then they're gonna show up. Now when you got friends or whatever that sit up there and show up, again, that's whatever it is, right? That's cool, that's understandable, right? When it's family, when it's family, and you know that they didn't support you, they know they wasn't rocking with you, you know that they wasn't sitting up there pushing any of your content, or whatever it is that you're creating. When they decide that they want to roll up and now they want to support you, the greatest thing that I can sit up there and tell you as the young man that you are, make sure to shut them down and to put them directly in their place. Do not allow at any point in time in your life that you get famous or that you start making money, do not allow family who was never there for you to start trying to rep you, to start trying to beg you or ask you for money. Don't allow them to do that to you. And they'll try to use like some heartstrings, some stories. Don't allow them to sit up there and do that to you. Those are going to be the main ones that try to rob you and use you up for whatever money that you have. And then they're going to throw you right back to the side where they left you when you had those dreams and those aspirations, and you were chasing that light to be the greatness that you're supposed to be. Be nice and be kind to the people that were nice and kind to you, to the people that were supportive, to the people that got you, to the people that was holding you down. And to the people that was never there for you, give them exactly what they deserve. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. Leave them on the street. Because like I said before, I used to be at the point of like turning the other cheek and, doing a lot of, other things, the Christian way to do things. No, I'm not turning no more cheeks. I'm not allowing people to, no. So like I said, to Zaire, be nice and kind to the people that were there and that gave you that exact same energy. Make sure to love yourself, make sure to support yourself, make sure to take care of yourself mentally. Make sure to make time for yourself. And that's something that a lot of adults don't even understand, actually making time for themselves. Because a lot of people are too busy making time for other people. You got to make time to spend with yourself. Talk to yourself. Write some stuff down, like have like a journal and write some stuff down. Because through this journey that you are going to do, you're going to have to, it's going to be a lot of different like changes, transitions, a lot of energy, and a lot of stuff that's going to take place. And you might not have somebody every single day to talk to, but the one person that you do have that you can talk to every single day is you. And there's going to be a lot of times, there's going to be a lot of nights where you're going to have to find comfort in that, being around you, being with you. You're going to be in a lot of dark rooms. You're going to be lonely a lot of days. You're not going to feel love. You're not going to feel support. So this is why it is important to know yourself. This is why it's important to also love yourself and to take care of yourself as well. These were things that I didn't have a black man to sit up there and tell me. So everything that I've learned, everything that I've gone through, this is me giving you this information at a very early age. Because I don't want to, I don't want you to have to sit up there and try to get this, 10 to 15 or whatever, or, 20 years down the road. Like by then, it's too late, being real. So all of this information you can use right now, at the state that you are, in the youth that you are. You can just carry that with you and build directly on top of that. But the the main thing that I was sitting up there stating is that as black people, we need to sit up there and fight for us. We need to sit up there and have that type of understanding. Like I said, um, you know, regardless on if we agree on stuff or disagree, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, when you got somebody that is coming for home, you defend home. Because if you ain't going to defend home, who else will? You see every other nation, you see every other ethnicity defending their own, not allowing people to say anything that they want to sit up there and say, or to even try to insinuate without them throwing shots back. That's the same thing that black Americans need to be doing every single time that we see stuff directly online. It doesn't matter how minute, don't matter how small, it don't even matter if it don't even seem like an issue. Make that an issue. Because the only way that you're going to sit up there and get respect is if you take it. We've demanded respect from people for so long. We've asked for people for so long. The same way that we got everything that we got in America, you got to sit up there and start taking stuff. Literally. You have to take that respect. That is the only thing that people sit up there. When it deals with the real world, the only thing that people respect is power. That's it. I'm sorry. Two things that people respect: power and fear. That's it. A while ago, people used to sit up there and fear black people. So they wouldn't utter certain words. They would be very careful about how it is that they would say stuff or gear stuff towards black people because there was a potentiality for things to go wrong. But now that fear is lost because all of our culture has been integrated. It has been gentrified. And since it's been integrated and gentrified, there's no reason for people to fear because now they're a part of it. Now they're associated with it. Now they live with it. Now they're in it. And you can't go to the power part because even though black people do have buying power and spending power, it's all in the wrong directions. So we don't have the fear to instill in people, lost that a long time ago, nor do we have the power because together as a group, we don't even focus on group economics. And irregardless on whatever it is that people feel about Dr. Boyce Watkins, when it comes to finances, when it comes to group economics, he is an expert in that area. Like I said, irregardless on how it is that people feel about Boyce Watkins, his opinions on some things and all this other type of stuff, you cannot argue or disagree with the fact that he is very knowledgeable when it comes to investing, when it comes to stocks, when it comes to building, when it comes to finances, when it comes to talking about money, when it comes to reading charts. But yet, you don't see a lot of people wanting to pay attention. They want to get caught up on the small stuff, on the small takes that he gives and all of this other type of stuff, but not paying attention to the larger picture of the important information that he has. And this goes back to what I stated before, that I can agree and disagree with somebody. But if somebody is knowledgeable in something, I'm going to sit up there and make sure to pay attention. I'm going to make sure to sit up there and listen. I'm not going to make it so that my disagreement or me disliking them so much is going to stop me from being able to hear any of the information that is actually present in there and that is factual. So, but yeah, that was about it. That's really all I wanted to say. I'm not trying to have this run over to like 3 hours, anything like that. Um, Again, I'm demonetized, so it's like it don't even really matter. Um, so yeah, we're gonna figure out something, and I'll probably, if anything, gets me hype or whatever it is, I will probably, do another live stream and come back and and talk to you guys and whatnot. Like I said, apologies for the lack of videos that have not been up. Uh, just mentally, trying to get myself, there and whatnot. Like I said, this is why it's very important, going back to Zaire, to focus on the mental aspect and to make sure, to take care of yourself and to, work on that whole thing. Um, Ty said, I'm going to DM you when I get Diablo. All right, I got you. No problem, man. I'm level my barbarian is one of the live streams that I'll do. I'll probably play some Diablo if the computer will work correctly on that. I'll sit up there and do it, and I'll probably be streaming and playing Diablo and talking to you guys, whatever. Um, what is it? Oh yeah, but my barbarian on there is like level 62, 63, something like that. And then I got a sork or a sorcerer, level 36. I did that in like a little bit less than like some hours, uh, like in one day or whatever. So yeah, I got some stuff sitting there. I got some stuff cooking. Got some stuff happening. I can most definitely get my warlock and rogue maxed out. Oh yeah, rogue hits. But again, because every time y'all do this, I'll start sitting up there, like talking and whatnot. But um, I'll have matter of fact, I'll probably hit you. I'll probably like write it maybe in like the Discord, or I might like let you know on Xbox or something. Uh, when I'm gonna live stream Diablo and all that, going through like Hell Tides and and different stuff like that. Like I said, I built my barbarian like I was catching bodies. This is the last thing I want to sit up and say, but when I went into the PvP area, I was catching bodies out there. I caught about a good five real quick. But I still got some work to do though. Oh yeah, you say you got something to show me on IG. All right. I should easily get that notification. I gotta trust me for anybody that's been sending me stuff on IG. I got you. I gotta take my time and actually like go through a lot of stuff. So since now I'm demonetized, I guess I have that time to just sit there and start going through stuff, you know, on my IG. But anyways, like I said before, to the 20, that's on the second coming. Much love and appreciation. A shout out to y'all. To coming through and listening. Again, if y'all want to support anybody, y'all can hit up those handy dandy uh links and support the channel that way or by Cash App or anything, like that. And to the 33 that's on the original channel, much love, respect, and appreciation for you guys, rolling up to the scene and just sitting there listening. Um, Timothy said, "Is it a top-down Dark Souls live service? What's the story?" See, I can't get directly into that. It's rolling over the 50-minute mark. I can't do it. But Timothy, trust me, what I'll do is I'm not sure exactly when people are going to be up, but I'll just so happen to do a live stream where I'll just play Diablo. I have it, specifically, marked directly in the title. I'll just, do it like that and whatnot or whatever. So some people might find it boring, some people might enjoy it, you know, whatnot or whatever. I'm expecting to see those comments. Yo, man, what? I thought this was just a news channel. Why you playing video game? I'm expecting to more than likely see some of those comments like I seen before. So um, it's crazy. But we're gonna sit up there and do some different stuff, like I said before. But again, much love, respect, and appreciation to everybody that rolled through just to hear me talk. Y'all can probably catch the earlier part of the live stream. Um, I guess like after I end this live stream and and stuff of that nature. But I see you guys in the next live stream.